Hello, fellow viewer. This is just a friendly reminder that this is a follow-up to my first DDLC playthrough, and as such, you will be getting references and spoilers throughout the Let's Play. You have been warned. You weren't expecting this, were you? Right after my recording of my one-shot episode, I decided to jump on something that caught my attention recently. A DDLC Plus Edition that was released today, actually. And as if you've followed me for a while, you can tell that I am a DDLC fan of sorts. And, you know, I decided I would revisit DDLC, especially considering the fact that I did promise I would go back and maybe go over some things that I might have missed, and I didn't do that. After a couple of years, here I am now. And what not a better way to do it than with a Plus Edition. I don't know if this is going to be an overhaul of the entire story, or this is like a sequel. It's not a sequel. Either way, I'm excited! Thank you, Team Salvado, Dan Salvado, for blessing us with this opportunity to partake in this cutesy adventure once again. This game is not suitable for children or for those who are easily disturbed. Okay, so people who are watching me right now, if you are, either of the aforementioned, I guess click away. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. Would you like to review the detailed content warnings, which contain spoilers? Alternatively, in-game warnings can be enabled in the settings menu at any time. No, man, we are jumping straight into this. Let's go back to this pit of miserably fun antics. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating in your region and you consent to the exposure of highly disturbing content. What are you talking about, Team Salvado? This is such a cutesy game. I don't know what you're on about. Oh gosh, it's happening again. Oh, it's coming back to me. Oh no! Wow. So, I wonder if this is still made on the Renpai engine, but man, this is like HD! DDLC HD. Interesting. Yeah. No, wait, autosave? Okay, interesting. Settings? Yeah, everything seems alright. Full screen, HD glory. I guess we could just jump straight into it. So, here's episode 1 of DDLC Revisited. I already know, like, the story and ins and outs of this game, so don't expect me to be surprised by anything, but do expect me to have some PTSD, you know? Post-traumatic stress Doki. Please enter your name. You know what? I feel like there's like a true end. There was a true ending back in the original version, but I don't know. Maybe there's a new ending. And maybe Ionaro can redeem himself. Well, hopefully. Ionaro, time to jump into the fray again, my friend. I know you were perturbed by this game, but come on. We'll go in this together, my friend. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori. Sayori, huh? Good to have you back. My neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently. I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. No, man, you gotta cherish your time together, you know? Don't run off. Don't you dare run off. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again! But I caught you this time! Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Ionaro. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you wanted to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students, making their daily commute. By the way, Ionaro, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I've been looking through the list. There's this one club that strikes me as peculiar. Doki Doki Literature Club. Have you heard about it, Sayori? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's a lie, Ionaro. I know you've been looking at the anime club. That's not true. You told me you would join the club this year. Did I? I thought that was just to keep you quiet, Sayori. I'm sure it's possible that I did, and one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's talking on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting on by the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Uh-huh. I was just talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? Hey, Sayori, let me just level with you, alright? And I speak for most of us here. Your happiness, okay, is way more important than ours. Hashtag say your happiness, alright? Yours. Gotta take care of yourself, right? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs who'll make you happy. Yes, you know, that's a step in the right direction. Good job. Her happiness matters. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself be lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Whoa, is it just me, or is this so crisp and clean? Surely there was like a full screen option back in the old version, but I don't know. Something about this is just, you know? Maybe it's because I never played full screen. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. It's just like deja vu. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. Right, well I'll take you to the nearest driving range and you can browse some clubs, you know, buy a driver or a sandwich. Sayonara? Wait, no. Sayori? Sayori must have come to the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I was the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I just saw you sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me. This is going to make you late to your own club, you know. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori? Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Ionaro, like... The literature club is basically like more verbose version of anime, I guess. You just have to use your imagination more. Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I'd bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep, stupid! I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. Man, yeah, this is coercion, I tell you, extortion. I let out a long sigh like Solomon Starbuck. Classic callback. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Now, last I recall, Natsuki had the best cupcakes. Hopefully we can get that in HD. Thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Dan Salvado. I dejectedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Hey everyone, the new member is here! I told you, don't call me a new member. Huh? I glance around the classroom. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Oh, hey, Monica. Run! She might try and breach reality! Nah, but for real, it's good to have you back, Monica. It's good to have you back. It's good to be back as well. Oh, I miss you guys! Please don't do anything rash. Ah, Ionara, what a nice surprise! Welcome to the club! ... All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls! Yes, because the first thing I think when I meet a group of girls is, man, I need to start my own harem. What are you looking at? Oh, nothing. Chaos-chan. I was just wondering if you were the type to make cupcakes, or the type to freak out easily. Could be both, actually. If you want something, say it. I just want happiness for everybody here. That's all I want. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody, which seems to be most of the time. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Nah, Yuri, you are the smartest. You gotta own it. Well, there's Monica. Actually, I wonder who'd win in a trivia. Not like Yuri or Monica. Guess it just depends on the topic, hey. Oh, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. Wait a second, is this new? Did we? It's great to see you again, Ionara. Yeah, you too, Monica. Has my character met you before? It has. Probably in some other universe. Maybe I just forgot, or I'm really paranoid. We do know each other well. We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. Okay, so... this has happened before. Sorry, I'm just so paranoid. After having played DDLC again, every single hint to something is like triggering some past memory that I thought I suppressed. Man, it's coming back. Come sit down, Ionara. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. And how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy pancakes decorated to look like little cats. I wonder if I can see one that looks like Nico. Do you have a cupcake that looks like Nico? Reckon you could make one, Natsuki? So cute! Wait a sec, that's a little weird. Why would I want to eat a cupcake that looks like Nico? Oh, okay, never mind, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry, take one. Sayori grabs one, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. I usually go for the bottom. Yeah, that's weird. But, you know, it saves the icing for later. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my general direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? What, have you poisoned this cupcake, Natsuki? Are we ready at that stage yet? Will I find Nico inside of this cupcake, Natsuki? If I do, you're in trouble. This is really good, Natsuki. Thank you. Alright. Why are you thanking me? It's not like Haven't I heard this somewhere before? You know what? You know, you're right. You have heard this somewhere before. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you, you know, you dummy. Baka. Idiot. Squarehead. Brick wall. Inaros heard it all. I gave up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismissed the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before sitting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. You know what? No, you're right, Yuri. You know, actually, I do that every now and then. Don't let yourself be intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? You know, I was brought here through coercion by someone named Sayori, you know. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Oh, it's exciting, I'm sure. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events, etc. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't any more people in this club yet. I wonder if we'll get any new characters. Maybe a side protagonist number 1. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. I don't know. I feel like there's a few bookworms that I know. that'd be interested in joining a legitimate literature club. It makes school events like the festival that much more important. Ah, the festival. You know, let's hope we can actually reach that festival. You know, I'm confident that we'll really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Oh, I still don't know if I can really keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Nara, what kind of things do you like to read? Historical books. Well, considering how little I read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I muttered to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Oh yes, mangu. It looks like she definitely wants to say something, but she's keeping quiet. Not much of a read. Hey, I read the dialogue. Okay? There's some profound dialogue that you can find in mangu. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. I want to suggest to you Lord of the Rings, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Horror. What a peculiar genre you got there. I've read a horror book once. I've also played a horror visual novel one time. It's called The Way We All Go. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having the conversation with a brick wall. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. It's a nice, contrast. You got this, timid, softly spoken girl, and she's into, hardcore stuff. Really hardcore, if you know what I mean. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Natsuki's latest cupcake recipes 101. How to bake a mean cupcake and make it look like Nico. Fine. Your cupcakes and your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Yeah, keep telling yourself that. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's really impressive. Yeah, I can't write a poem. Ionaro can't write a poem either. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. We all start there, you know. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable to share hers. She's not at that level yet, Monica. Aww, I really wanted to read everyone's poems. Don't worry, in just a few minutes, I will be able to give you my poem of 20 completely unrelated random words. And somehow, it's gonna be good. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now we have a new member. I think it'll help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Ionaro? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club! So Yuri might have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and like the occult club, the magic club, that sort of stuff, historical club. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... Ionaro. Oh, you've disappointed them all, Ionaro. You're off to a great start. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Yes, the ulterior motive, Ionaro. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really came here just for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed! And that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. I wonder what would have happened if we didn't do that poem. Ionaro, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Is there an option where I can yell all sorts of demonic growling and screeching noises to just ventilate and translate that into a poem? Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Ionaro, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to go closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. How about I draw a picture? It's time to write a poem! Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Let's see. I think in my first run, I did Sayori first. So let me try Yuri, because I haven't actually made a poem that she liked before. She's into like complicated dark words, right? Despise. Effulgent. That's how you say it, right? Hopefully I said it right. Landscape. Inferno. Tenacious. Happy. Okay, that's a bit of Sayori. Suicide. Wow, sorry, I blacked out, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what happened there. Yeah. Anyways, I'll continue. Oh, I'm at 8, okay. Unrequited. Contamination. Electricity. Frightening! I'm on a roll, I am. I'm on the Yuri roll. Heartbeat. Okay, that's hers. Judgment. Determination. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need some of that. Existence. Man, I still can't get over the fact how bopping this beat is. Horror. Agonizing. Uncontrollable. Heaven sent. Incapable. How's my time looking? You know what? I'll try going. Nah, I'll end it right here. I'll make short episodes, but I'll be posting a lot more often because I'm back and I can't wait to see what's in store for me in this extra version. Like, even if it's just, you know, a few extra dialogue here and there, I don't mind because I have yet to revisit this game, and now I am, and in a weird way, I'm kind of happy, you know. But in another way, I'm, you know, all I'll be able to see at the end is just darkness. Did you know that the D in DDLC means darkness? Anyways, yeah, I will conclude it here. 30 minutes is pretty cool. And since I'm gonna be pumping out 2 videos pretty soon, you know, it's a good place to leave off. My thoughts so far, best game, 10 out of 10. Yeah, I love this game. No, like, actually. Even if it hurts me a little bit to play it again. I think I've already made a disclaimer at the beginning to not watch this series of videos before watching my first playthrough, because I'm going into this making like a few spoiler hints here and there. So if you want like the primal DDLC experience, first of all, what are you doing here? You should play the game yourself, okay? Trust me, it's very good. Second of all, yeah, expect spoilers, you know? I'll be tossing them every now and then. Monica's staring at me a little bit, it's kind of freaking me out, so I'm just gonna hit save. Autosave, okay. I'll just do that extra slot. Oh, yeah. Anyways, yeah, thank you for sticking around, ladies and gentlemen. The next episode should appear pretty soon. Hopefully. Okay, so something weird has just happened. I have exited the game, or I thought I was, and it brought me to this screen. It like showed me this like fake booting screen, and then it just brought me here on this pseudo desktop. What? Side stories. The side stories are stories of friendship that are unrelated to the events of the main game. To get all 6 side stories, try writing poems for different characters and viewing their special scenes in DDLC. Okay. It's unlockable. File. Oh! I'm guessing it's because... Okay, so basically, in the original version, some in real life stuff would be happening to my actual files and documents, but I guess because this isn't using the RenPy engine, or maybe it's just on something entirely new, this is where I'll do all the meta stuff. Characters. Yeah, there they are. Game. Poem words. Weird. What can I do with these? Insecure directory. This is sketches. Do not use it to store sensitive or permanent things. So you need to access files from an encrypted file. From the encrypted file share, copy them to your disposable drive and plug them directly into the client. Do not copy them here. Ria is working on setting up a proxy mail server so we can have remote communication without having to worry about the higher ups. Keep everything online until then. Paula. Ooh, wow. We have like a sub story going on here. Hey, sorry guys. I didn't I made it sound like I was ending the video, but there's some more stuff. I didn't think. Backup. Okay. Attributions. Adobe Systems Incorporated. Okay. Uh, okay. Reset. Don't need a reset yet. Internal. Oh yeah, I already encountered it. Okay. Mail. No new mail. Okay. Pictures. Oh! Wow, okay. We got that. We got this. We got that. So we got the main characters. The residential area around the protagonist and Sayori's house or door of the school. Random classroom. Okay. Artwork drawn by actually to celebrate Halloween 2019. Woo! Select the word horror during the poem game. Nice. I'll set this as wallpaper. Sure, why not? Achievement unlocked. Error. What? Did I get an error? No. Yeah, here's the music. Ohio, Sayori! Okay, nice. Settings. Okay, ooh, I think we're gonna be doing some real meta stuff over here. I'm kind of afraid, but you know what? This is cool. Yeah, I'll quit. And that concludes the episode.